Good morning, everybody. It is quite literally a freezing cold Tuesday morning, so I started off my day with grabbing a hot shower, making the house all cozy, and boiling the kettle for everybody to have a nice cup of tea. There was only one breakfast that we all needed this morning, and it was porridge. And as I've said so many times, I make mine with half ready bread and half porridge oats. At Sophia's baking club last night, she made these little cookies, so we decided to sample one for breakfast before I moved on to her lunch, which was a jacket potato, cheese and bean in the thermos, cucumber, salami, and now I've closed the lid. I've forgotten what the rest of it is as I do this voiceover. So we enjoyed our porridge in front of the telly while watching Christmas cooking programs as usual. It was delish. And then before I knew it, it was time to head out to school. Jack Frost had disappeared pretty much by the time that we left, and I really need to sort out this autumn decor and change it for winter decor. School run done, I'm absolutely freezing, and it is now time to walk the dog. He very much enjoyed his little prance about in the field this morning. And then it was my least favourite time of the year, time to take my car for its MOT. But while it was in there, my husband and I decided we should go Christmas shopping, and we hit the jackpot for Sophia with this one. And then we decided to head down to TK Maxx because you never know what you're going to find in there. And honestly, it was bargain central. I really wanted this, but being pregnant, I'm not allowed retinol. And this was a bargain. Look at that, $175 down to $19.99. I wish I bought this Anastasia palette, but by the time I'd come back, it had already gone. So I consoled myself by looking at the Christmas mugs and didn't actually buy any. And then my husband found this beauty of a Ralph Lauren coat. How festive is this? But we didn't end up buying it. I did get my wrapping paper. I went with this pale Santa one for my normal presents and this cute pink one for Sophia's presents. It was actually really hard to film in here because I wanted to film the good things that we've got, but I didn't want to give away what we'd bought people for Christmas because I know a lot of my friends and family are kind enough to watch my videos. I really loved these coffee table books, but I didn't get any. But I did treat myself to these kitchen towels. They're not overly festive, but they definitely did give me the vibes. And then my husband hit the jackpot again and found some of his favourite licorice. I got myself a new spatula, and my husband decided, well, we need a new chopping board because we are getting rid of all our plastic ones. I bought these cupcake cases, which are cute, but the main design's on the bottom, which is a little bit sad, but I wanted to get them anyway. And then to my favourite bit, and honestly, I did abstain. I think I'm going to do my Christmas dresses soon, and then I'll know what I've got space for, which is probably nothing. And then I hit the jackpot with these little Clarks boots. Look at that. They were $150 down to £39. And I wanted to get some new boots in Russell and Bromley, but I've ended up getting those Clarks ones instead. I did put down that massive coffee toy for Sophia, and then we headed to our favourite restaurant, Positano, and we both knew exactly what we were going to have. The spaghetti amatriciana, we have it every single time. It's a big portion, but as you can see, I devoured it. And then it was time to head home to have a very quick cup of tea, one of these little strawberry cream chocolates, and I needed to put a wash on. This is about my third wash of the day. I'm so behind at the moment. Oh, I did put out my new tea towels and a little festive oven glove too. I thought they looked great. They gave me all the feels. And then I had to pick up Sophia from school, and for some reason I decided to change my cardigan and my scarf. And then I made her a little after school snack, which Raph was certainly licking his chops for. I did give him a bit of cheese, and then I went upstairs to find the cat and I treated her to a little stick too. And then it was time to make dinner, and I had some sort of experimental recipe in mind. I wanted to roast some butternut squash, gnocchi, leeks, spinach and pine nuts, and maybe put some cheese on top. So I got dressed into my comfiest clothes and got started on chopping up the butternut squash. I left the skin on because when you leave the skin on and you roast butternut squash, it is absolutely delicious. And look, I am using the new chopping board to chop this on. So I also chopped up the leek and put it in the same time with a lot of oil, salt, pepper and some herbs, and popped it in the oven. Now, putting the leeks in at this time in cooking was a mistake because as you can see, they started to burn. So I just quickly picked the worst of the burnt ones out and I carried on roasting the veg. I think if I was to do it again, I'd put the leeks in probably a good 10 minutes later. So I also put the gnocchi in at this point so that could start roasting. Enjoyed a beautiful sunset, and then I pulled out of the oven and everything is now looking and smelling delish. So the only thing that can make this better is to go in with some cheese and some spinach as well to make it healthy, and greenery just adds a nice little pop. I wanted to put some roasted pine nuts on top of mine as well, and this was definitely the right thing to do. It's so delicious. This recipe is definitely a work in progress. It was still really good, but I can make it better. And I've got leftovers for lunch today as I do this voiceover, and I'm really excited to eat them. So Sophia and I enjoyed this. The sun had set by the time I'd managed to make this and we were quite starving. And then we just did some crafts on the table, and I did my weekly menu, which is now live on my website. And then before we knew it, it was time for a little sweet treat before bed, and I went with a mince pie and a little bit of clotted cream, which really hit the spot. Sophia decided she didn't actually want one, which was strange, and she just had one of her little chocolates from the table. And then Raf looked knackered and he was telling us it was time for bed, and to be honest, I couldn't agree more. I am exhausted. So I popped Sophia into bed, and then I did my favourite part of my evening routine, which was put my little heated pad on. And then I got into bed and I watched Ainagata, the Barefoot Contessa, and my favourite little princess came and joined me. I love her so much. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe.